Hey, Programming 11. So we're going to be taking a look now at adding a new mode. Right now our game looks something like this. We start off the game, it's got an ugly intro screen, we click start, it begins, we get points, we lose the game, and we can restart the game. But we're going to have to add in some new modes, and this is actually going to be a mode that I'll show you how to do. We're going to do the pause mode, and then later on you're going to do your own mode. We have an options screen where you can kind of select your settings and stuff. So this will be an important video to watch, not only to get the pause mode, which is going to be a required feature, but also to learn how to add modes in general. So I'm going to start off by going to the main tab, and you can see I got all these mode variables here. So I need to add in an additional final int to represent pause. It doesn't really matter what the number is. I'm going to name it, so I'll call it pause. You could make the number whatever you want, but I'll just keep going up by 1. So I'll make that equal to 4. But because we have this variable, I can just check to see if it equals pause, or if it or set it to pause. In addition, we're going to have to expand the mode framework. So if we go down here, all these if-else's, and also in the mouse released function, all these if-else's, we now have to make a new one for pause. So let's go and do it. It looks like I already have done it. Wow, look at that. I feel great. Does that mean I already had that variable too? Oh, look at that. I already have that variable. Love it. I was just joking with Mr. Wu just a bit ago about past Pelche was assisting me. So now here it is. Past Pelche had the job already done. So then all we need to do now then is go and actually make a button that will switch the mode to pause. We already have the pause tab here, and I'm going to make myself a little button in the game screen. It'll just be a circle. Here's the target. I'll make it a comment for pause button. I'm going to put it at above the target so that the target can go over top of it. And I'll make it a circle. Let's put it at maybe the top corner. 100, 100, 100. Triple 100. I'll fill with some white and make the stroke black. I won't bother putting in the word pause, but I'd recommend putting some text on it, because otherwise it'll be kind of confusing. And I think my pause button right now looks just like a target. So, I probably would like to differentiate that a little bit, either by making it a rectangle or something. But I'll let you design that pause button, and you can decide. Making the two vertical bars, and you're watching a video, the pause 2 vertical bars, that would be sweet. I like that a lot. So that's going to be my circle, and then I also have to make it clickable. So of course that's going to be down here in game clicks. The problem that we might experience though is if I press the pause button, check it out, I actually lose lives because I'm missing the target, right? So how are we gonna pause the game and not get hurt? So we're gonna have to include that into this if-else structure for our score. So right now we have in game click sort of an if we hit the target, increase the score, play the sound effect, and then else if we miss the target, reduce our lives, play that other sound effect. So what we want to do is add in another option. It's going to look a lot like our mode framework actually. So you know how we have multiple options in the mode framework? We use else if to expand those options. If else is just 2 options, right? So now I'm going to add in an else if. So I can say if, else, like this. So now I have another condition. So I can check to see, oh, did I click the target? If I did, give myself a point. And then I have another condition. Hey, what about if I clicked the pause button? So then I can just say, the distance between the mouse and the center of the circle is less than, in my case I made it a radius of 50 for the button. Then I can set the mode to pause. And notice that because I'm using if, else, basically I only lose a life if I'm not clicking on the target and I'm not clicking on pause. Because if I click on pause, this is what will happen and it will ignore the else. So now I have a nice way to pause the game. So now what do I do? Well, check it out. It does. This actually will just work as it is. If I click start, I'll press pause, and the music's still playing, so I might have to do something about that. But it does pause the screen. It goes to this black screen. And this is just what I have for my pause mode. Interestingly enough, look what happens if I have nothing in my pause screen. Watch what happens. It just freezes, like the game just stops. We're actually in void pause screen now, doing nothing. So that means the original image from the game is still left on our screen because we haven't replaced it yet. So we could actually do nothing in our pause screen function and just leave the game. Of course, we have to get back to the game. So in the pause clicks, we can add in the same code but set the mode back to game. So what I can do is basically copy the same if statement that's in game clicks and move it over to pause clicks. And I don't want to set mode to pause because I'm in the pause screen. I want to set it back to game. So we'll do it like that. So let's see what that looks like. So if I click start, here it goes. I can get points, I can lose, and I can click pause. Everything freezes. And now, because I'm in the pause screen, this will work instead. And I can resume the game. Now, of course, you might want to introduce some other aspects of it, like just making it, the screen freeze is okay, but you could add in like a big text that says pause. You could change the button, so you could draw a different button, so it has like a triangle for play, and when you go back, it has the 2 bars for pause. You can add in some nice features here to make this look a little more interesting. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add to this? Oh yeah, I guess we should probably pause the music when we go into the pause. You can even add in your own sound effect. I'm imagining, whatever you're imagining is probably different because I'm old, but imagining the sound when you pause it in Mario is like this little doo-doo-doo-doo kind of sound. So, feel free to add in that feature. I don't have that sound effect right now, but I am going to pause the song that's playing. And that's for me in this video, I believe that's called Mario Brothers Theme. Although I think it was just theme in the previous video. So it's just basically the theme song. So what I'm going to do is when I go into the pause screen, I'm going to say Mario Bros. Theme dot pause. I'm pretty sure it's pause. Let's find out. And then when we go back to game, it'll automatically start playing again. It might be stopped. Let's just find out. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it worked. Okay, so I guess pause is the right way to do it. So it doesn't look like this button is changing at all, but we are in a different mode. I guess maybe just to make sure it's super clear, I am going to write in here some text, just to make sure it's super clear that this is now our new mode. Let's see, maybe I'll steal this here, and I'll put in a big pause, just to make sure we all can see that indeed this is now taking over. So let's go ahead and pause it. Yeah, oh, it's white text on a white target. That's not super great, so we can change that up. Fill 0. And yeah, it looks like it's working pretty great. And we're not losing lives for clicking on the pause button, so everything's looking pretty good there. Okay, thanks Programming 11. I hope you have good luck in making this. Later on, you're going to be using these same concepts to create your own mode. So remember that when you're making a mode, you have to extend this if-else structure, adding in a new option, both for the draw function and for the mouse released function, so that you can control the clicks in this new mode. And of course, you're going to have to make a new tab with your own sort of void, it'll be options screen and options click, so you'll make a new tab for those things as well. All right, thanks Programming 11.